Yo, good morning.
Good morning, Sena.
How are you?
I am doing well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been on social media and I've seen these Maoli
yeah,
old students. They're doing so much.
yeah. They are doing so much, or they are doing too much.
They're doing too much, actually. They're doing too much. But if I say, they will say I'm just jealous because I didn't school there.
But I think what they're trying to do is get the information across as much as possible. The fact that you've seen it alone means they are succeeding.
Yes, you're right.
And they manage to agitate you too.
It's too much. It's too much. They are not the only, there are very good schools in the Volta region. Yes, and even in other regions too. Yeah, they should rest it.
Anyway.
Pipe it down.
Have you been able to get some rest?
Not really, but as we... You know what they say? We are restless. We are young and restless.
Young and restless.
Yes, so we continue.
You continue.
Yes.
How was the law school?
Very hectic. Yes, and especially combining it with other things like politics, work, and other things. It's quite hectic, but it is worth it. I mean, on the day of the call, yes, the moment you sign your name in the rose book, you forget all the pain.
All the pain you went through.
Oh, yes. But the law is such that it is not as if you struggle through the process, finish, and then you rest. You don't rest. As long as you are a lawyer and you intend to be a good lawyer and practice, it continues. The training prepares you for the job itself. So we continue to read, study, because if you don't continue to read the law, you will forget it.
Okay.
And
especially for someone like you who is now playing the deputy CEO role.
Yeah, but it also allows me to even see practically some of the things I've studied in school, especially in contracts law, in company law. You see some of the things, board meetings, minutes. Yes. So it's very practical for me. But you must also make an effort to always, revise and always read just to stay in the profession. If not, you will fall out. Yes. So you can see very senior lawyers who may struggle with the law because the law requires you to continuously educate yourself and read.
I see. You were at the law school in the thick of a campaign.
Yes.
In fact, in the thick of the campaign, that was when I think you were in the most difficult part.
Yes.
Is there an easy part at the law school?
No, there's no easy part. There's no easy part. Part 1, part 2, they are all
difficult.
Very difficult, yes. They are all very difficult.
How do you manage that?
Well, I didn't manage. I didn't manage
I like that. You did not manage.
No, I just went through it. And for me, maybe my life has always been like very active. There's always something happening. I am unable to just sit and relax. That has been my nature from childhood. Yes. So I grew up selling and, helping my mother to sell, helping my father. My father my late father was a commercial driver. He was into transport. He had buses, and he drove one of them. So when I'm going to school, I schooled at Bema Camp, Armed Forces. And then he was the GPRTU chairperson for the Lashibi branch at Accra. So every morning from Oyarifa, I shadowed the car for my father to Accra. Then he'll give me money to board Trotro to Bema Camp, where I went to school. And when I close, I'm eager to now come and shadow the car back to, we'll load to Dodoa before we go home. You get it? So there has been always like activities. And this means that we leave very early in the morning. So by 4 a.m., I'm up. And we are leaving because we need to pick the first people going to Accra before 6 so that we don't stay in traffic. So I'm always early in school always, I remember a funny story. One day, I got to the school, the security was asleep. And then he was so annoyed because I came to wake him up. And he was like, why? Don't they like you at home? Because, because so I'm always like up early, sleep late. Because by the time we load the last car to Adenta, Dodoa, it's very late. And I sleep for a few hours. At the time, it was hectic, but I still enjoy it. I never thought...
So it calm your life?
Yes. I never thought I was suffering or struggling or nothing. In fact, I had a very beautiful childhood. Even though people who experience similar things may say that they suffered. But I don't think I suffered. I actually enjoyed the moment. So it became part of me. Law school, waking up early, going for campaign, traveling with groups across the country. I always have my books with me. The least opportunity I get, I read something.
Read the books.
Whilst we are traveling, I read my books. I can sleep for 2 hours, 3 hours, and still be okay. Yes. Although I do not advise other people to do that because it has like real health implications. Okay. Yes. Yes. But that is how I survived through it. Sleeping less, pulling all-nighters. And my friends would tell you at Wisconsin every night, we sit there, we study till morning, we sleep for 2 hours, go to school or go for campaign. People who were on campaign trails with me would tell you, I always have some book in my bag or something.
That you are reading?
Reading all the time.
On the go?
Yes, I enjoy reading too. I enjoy reading and I enjoy teaching.
Okay.
It also helps me.
Teaching?
Yes.
So you've taught before?
Not professionally.
Okay.
But groups. So if I read a concept and I appreciate it so much, I can gather people and teach them. It helps me also really understand and remember the concepts very well. So I was using most of my friends as guinea pigs.
Experiment. Very interesting. Yeah. I realized how you switched briefly to the health thing to give an advice. And do people actually know that aside the law school that you went to, you did something else that you could have also practiced?
Clinical psychology. Yes. I'm a clinical psychologist.
Clinical psychologist?
Yes.
Not only at the first degree level, but you
also
an
MPhil, yes.
An MPhil?
Yes. Okay. At the University of Ghana.
So why would you do an MPhil? I've always asked you this question. This is the first time I'm asking you publicly. Maybe they will understand it because I still don't understand. MPhil, clinical psychology, and then move into law. Why?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Law, psychology helps me understand people. Law regulates behavior, or at least attempts to regulate behavior. Okay. If you do not understand people, you will not be able to make proper laws or draft proper laws or even interpret their behavior. You cannot advocate for people if you do not understand how people are expected to behave in certain situations. So I believe it's the same thing. It's still around human beings and people and how they behave in certain situations and why they behave in such ways. Yeah. So
how much of the clinical psychology do you remember?
A bit of it.
A bit of it. So I ask you, so which one, so assuming you decide to, and the politics, it doesn't seem like you leave it today.
No, I enjoy politics.
Yes. Yeah. But do you intend to practice law? Like go to court and everything? Is it part of your plan?
Yes. I would like to advocate on behalf of other people. I want the experience. Yes, I want to practice law. It is why I don't even want to be a judge one day to sit on the bench. Like, I want to go through litigation. Yes. That's what I want to do because it's, like I said, my life has been very active, doing so many things. And going to court to litigate is one of the things that I believe will give me the thrill that I like. Yes.
By the way, congratulations.
Thank you.
This is the first time. So all of this is to come to the point where I congratulate you for being called to the bar.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, so Adwoa has been basically you've been of the media landscape for a while now.
Yes, for a while. Yes, to finish my law school.
But whilst you were off, you were still working as deputy CEO for Ghana Digital
Centers. Yes, yes.
Okay, so I want to come to that. Explain to us, because this whole thing started at Accra Digital Center. So it was one small place just by the place we used to famously call Circle.
Yes.
Close to the, what do they call it? Is it a VIP?
Yes,
station?
there's a State House and VIP station.
And I've been there to do my passport and renew it. Now you are the CEO, and I was going to write Accra, then I realized they are now called Ghana Digital Centers. So explain, what's the concept? Is it no longer Accra Digital Center?
Well, so the facility you referred to at Circle is Accra Digital Center. Okay. So as you may be aware, in 2016, before the NDC left power, we had already built the Accra Digital Center. But not just only that, we had built other digital centers across the country under the leadership of the late Agyampomaa, may his soul rest in peace. So he built these digital centers in the 10 traditional regions that existed.
It's all in Accra?
Yes. That existed before the creation of the 16 regions. Yes, so in the 10 traditional regions, there are facilities which we call the regional innovation centers.
Regional
innovation centers across the country. But we never operationalized it. We finished building it and then we lost power. So we never operationalized it until the previous government took over. And for the entire 8 years, those other regional innovation centers were abandoned.
When you say abandoned, you mean the facilities were not being used?
No, they were not being used. They were just closed.
Not only for a different purpose?
No, not for any different purpose. So myself and my boss, Mr. Jifa Gunu, we have been on tour to see some of the facilities. Yes, so including Accra Digital Center 7. So we are left with 3 in the northern region to inspect. And the places where we've been to, they are all complete buildings. They have, most of them have desks, new desks, new chairs with rubbers on them, all purchased in 2016.
New desk, new
chairs. Yes. New desks, new chairs, everything new, just like we left it in 2016.
Yeah, in the same shape as you are in as a lawyer.
So some has deteriorated, the weather conditions and lack of maintenance. And some too, thieves have broken into, stolen air conditions. Yes, air conditions, and some of the chairs and desks are broken. In some regions, other people use the place as a sleeping place. So the place is not tidy. Yes.
So the place people have converted it into residence because nobody is using it.
Yes, and it's bushy and all. It requires some renovation. So before we took over, the previous government had put together a group to try to renovate some of these facilities.
After living it
fallow for like 8 years. So it was in the latter days. Now what happens is that some of the contractors were not paid. Yes. I think recently the one in Kumasi, we actually had to go and see the regional minister to support us to complete the place and put it in shape for the contractor to hand it over to us, because we needed it as part of the facilities to pilot the 1 million coders program. Yes. So the piloting, some part of the piloting took place at the Kumasi Regional Innovation Center, which is part of Ghana Digital Centers. Yes. And so if we talk about Ghana Digital Center, Ghana Digital Center is the mother company with the hubs across the country, but we operate from the Accra Digital Center. That is why we have Accra Digital Center and Ghana Digital Center. It is because we have other hubs, which we are working tirelessly with our minister, Honorable Sam George, to operationalize so that we can democratize digital skill training, and building of BPOs across the country, so that it's not just those in Accra who will benefit from these hubs that we're building, but other people across the country will also benefit. More so, the things, we cannot do everything in Accra Digital Center. There are special things we want to do with the special hubs depending on their location in Ghana. So those close to maybe the areas where agriculture is booming, maybe we look into agri-tech. Yes. So we see how we can use technology and innovations to support agriculture in this country. So we are looking to expand, and we are still in those like preparatory stage and conversations with our minister, the director, the ministry, the regional ministers, and other stakeholders.
I see. Very interesting. So you have what was originally designated as innovation centers across the 10 regions.
Yes.
So the new 6 regions, it means that you have to build.
We have to build, yes. And of course, as part of our budgets presented for 2026 at the ministry, my boss, Mr. Jifa Gunu, included that maybe we can look at building 2 in out of 2 or 3 regional centers in the remaining 6. We select 3, and then as time goes on, we build in the other ones, because we will want every region to have an innovation center where young people can go, have access to internet, and then create solutions for local problems.
But one of the interesting things about Accra Digital Center is like a one-stop shop for most of the things that you ordinarily will struggle to do. So I think, like I said, passports. I did my passport there. There are many other things people can do there. So maybe you can integrate birth registration or other things into.
Yes, those things have been discussed. In fact, it has been one of the focus and vision of my CEO, Mr. Jifa Gunu. So we've started some preliminary conversations with other CEOs, and so as part of the things we do, we house BPOs. We serve as an ecosystem or ecosystem enablers for BPOs also. So those who do business processing outsourcing, we ourselves, we are a business processing outsourcing company. But no BPO project had been undertaken before we got there. Besides, even if it had been, we wouldn't know, because like I always say, we were not given any handing over notes. We had to dig files ourselves to make sense of what happened there, especially because we had no history with the place before the previous government. So the passport office. So usually people refer to Ghana Digital Center or Accra Digital Center as the passport place. So, and when people want to do their passports, they come and call, oh, I want to do my passport. The thing is, passport office is being run by VFS. VFS is a business processing outsourcing company. And we house them at our center because they are a BPO. So what passport service, what VFS is doing is something we could have done. You understand? Because we are a BPO company.
The Ghana Digital Center
is a BPO company. It's not just for digital skill training. And robotics and blockchain and those things. We are also a BPO. But as there's a company that has been outsourced the process already, we still house them, and then try to bring birth and death and NIA and other essential service providers to the same place, so that we create a hub where when you enter, you can do everything before you come.
Business registration and everything. That's the target.
Yes. So that is like my CEO's, foremost vision. That's what he wants to do. So yes, we've started talks with NIA. We are still drafting processes that needs to be drafted or that needs to precede the action on the ground.
Would you attempt to do that in all the regions? That all the innovation centers become, you said, a center for BPOs?
BPOs. So I cannot say that for sure, because every region is unique and has its unique needs. Yes. every citizen may need a passport.
Okay.
Yes. And every citizen may need an NIA card or Ghana card and all of that. Yes. But there are some regions that are very unique in the things they do. So it is not going to be a blanket application of whatever policies or whatever plans we have. We are going to look at individual regions and see what we want to build there, or the stakeholders we want to involve to build what's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. And so far, how is it going?
So far, so good. Now the place has my full undivided attention. And of course, let me use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to my boss, Mr. Jifa Gunu. He's been amazing, wonderful, very, very, very tolerant of me. And I am grateful. I mean, all this while he has held the fort and tried to cover up my, shortcomings to hold the place together until I was done with, I finalized my law school, yes. So now I am here giving him my full undivided attention, working like a horse.
I remember when it was announced, I think one of the first things I sent to you is why you did not know that you were in law school or something?
Yeah.
Together.
Yes, but if your country calls on you to serve as an honor, and so I couldn't say no. If the president has appointed me to an office, I cannot say I will not serve my country. Yes, because I'm in school.
So does that put you back in the mill for communications full time, or now because of the work you're doing at the digital center, that's also limited? Because for many of you, it was the first time you're seeing a rollout of female communicators, very young female communicators from the NDC, in the numbers that you came in and the quality that you came with. But since the campaign ended, everyone has been positioned somewhere, serving in another capacity. So it's been difficult for most of you to still be doing Is that difficult?
Yes. So the truth is, once you are given an appointment, the president has trusted you to deliver. And so it is only wise that you take your time, familiarize yourself with the sector, and find yourself. I mean, for me, it's my first time being deputy CEO. I have worked in I've worked in some companies where I was head of department. Yes, but it is my first time being deputy CEO. So you need to step back, take your time, and make sure that the trust reposed in you do not disappoint. Because what will be the point of all the talk if you are not developed, you are not delivering on what has been entrusted into your hands? So for many of the female communicators, some of them were deputy CEOs and CEOs. They need to make sure that, and you see what we inherited. If you do not open your eyes, you will get into trouble. You understand? Here lies the case, some people left without giving us handing over notes. If you do not ensure that audits are done, forensic audits are done, for you to know what you are inheriting and know how to step. One day you will leave that office and you will be announced in public that under your tenure, this and that happened. So from the beginning, yes, I understand why people will step back and try to familiarize themselves with the role and make sure that they are doing what is expected of them before they come back to the media. For me, I'm a political appointee. So I am a politician. I will continue to do party communication even while I work, because it is not against any rule with my appointment. I can still speak on behalf of the government. But more importantly, about the things we are rolling out from my ministry and how we are doing it and how we intend for it to impact society. Yes. So yes, now that I am, finding my feet, once everything is in line, of course, spending an hour or two explaining to the people who have entrusted the country into our hands and telling them or giving them feedback of what we have done and what we intend to do. It is important to carry the people with us. And I understand that responsibility.
Have you found your feet?
Oh, yes. I would say yes. I would say yes. Yes. But now it opens my eyes to the enormous work ahead of us. Yes.
The enormous work ahead.
Yes. So now I know what we inherited. Now I know, and my thanks to my boss, Mr. Jiva Guno, we have a clear plan of how we are willing to proceed. Yes, and with the guidance of our sector minister, Honorable Sam George.
I wonder if your response to, because sometimes I realize that when difficult things are put in front of you, the very first thing you do is smile. You may even start laughing.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I don't know. You want me to be anxious?
Well, but this morning, I think one of the things, in fact, I was just playing back the president's voice on it. For many women in politics, for those of us who grew up at a particular point in time, when they say Nana Kunedu Agyampomaa Rollins,
Yes.
we have a clear idea who she was. For you, what does she mean to you?
Nana Kunedu Agyampomaa Rollins, to me, is an institution in the Fourth Republic.
Okay.
A matriarch, the person who symbolizes women empowerment at a degree that I have never seen before in this Fourth Republic. At a time when this country, was at its lowest, she sought to empower women. And she continued throughout, a true feminist that I respect. Gen Zs will say, I stand. Yes. Yes. And yesterday I learned of her passing away. As we are Christians, death is inevitable. But it doesn't take away the fact that it still makes us sad. Yes. And I think that Her Excellency Nana Kunedu Agyampomaa Rollins has played her role. She has served her country. She has done what, most people would only dream of. And she has achieved a lot. Because of her, many of us have the opportunity. She opened doors and held it open and made sure that women will also have a voice. She's contributed enormously to the body politics of this country. And of course, her movement, which is the 31st December Women's Movement, will forever be one of the most powerful mobilization of women, movements in the history of this country. And for that, I respect. I respect her, seriously. And I pray that her gentle soul rest in peace. Well, I say gentle soul, but she was a very fierce woman. A woman I admire so much because of her fearlessness, very unapologetic. If you survive being the wife of His Excellency John Jerry Rollins, he's a hard man.
Yeah.
And this was a fierce woman who showed control in every sphere of her life. And I respect her for that. I respect her for that.
Well, may her soul continue to rest in peace. Let me turn to another matter. Now that you are a lawyer, there's the interesting matter of, what do you call it? Because this week, in fact, about 2 days ago, the Attorney General addressed the press. Big issue, oral. Everybody ask, what is the state of oral? What are they doing? They are wasting our time and everything. I guess you hear that constantly. Whenever the Attorney General comes, then the MPP starts, and the allegation is always the same. He's passing judgment on people before they face the court. He's the Attorney General, Minister for Justice. Does he not care about justice for the people who he's talking about, among others? What's your view on these things from the view people have of oral that we need to see action? You are not showing enough action. And then the criticism of the Attorney General whenever he does these press conferences.
First, I would like to say, Dr. AYINE, his name, Akuritinga, he's my boss, actually. He's my boss. And Dr. Justice Shremsai, I also had the privilege of being taught by him.
Okay.
At law school. He was an adjunct lecturer.
Okay.
Yes. Came to take us through election petition.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. And a few times he was in my court to represent clients.
Okay.
And of course, every time he had been in the court, it was a law lecture for all the interns at the time. Yeah, he's somebody we respect so much.
Okay.
And, you know, Dr. AYINE, I mean, you cannot touch his record or the kind of lawyer that
he has been. Yeah.
He has been, yes. But most importantly, I would like to speak to Ghanaians.
Okay.
Until you enter the field or the law profession, you may take a lot of things for granted.
Okay.
Criminal prosecution is very tough. It's very difficult. Why is it so?
Okay.
Because we have a constitution that jealously guards the rights of citizens of this country.
Okay.
And so that is why when we take a person to court, it takes a longer time.
Okay.
Because you do not want to end up prosecuting or jailing a person who might have been, you know, innocent.
Okay.
Or there was some degree of innocence in that. And judges try to take their time when prosecuting people, when it's a criminal matter. And also, criminal law is such that we work with elements. So it is not as if somebody, even if you caught the person red-handed doing something, there are elements of various crimes.
Okay.
So when you go to court, you are not just going to say that we caught him doing this and that and that and that, so Madam Judge, jail him.
Okay.
No.
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like
that. Because people say you catch the person is stealing. What is your problem? Go and finish him.
It doesn't work like that in the court.
Okay.
And it doesn't work like that because it is important for the judiciary to protect our rights. Okay. Because tomorrow it might be you. It might be me. But whoever ends up in court, we must ensure that justice is done and manifestly so. Okay. You get it? So if you take somebody to court that the person has committed murder, you must prove the elements of murder. Be it that there was an intention to kill the person. Okay. You must prove that death has occurred. There is a dead body. Death has actually occurred. That the death occurred as a result of the act of the person, the accused person. Okay. You understand? So these are some of the elements that death has occurred. The death occurred as a result of the act of the accused person.
So it's not just enough that you can prove that the person stabbed. You must be sure that it is the stabbing that caused it.
That caused the death. Okay. You get, so there is a whole lot, and that the person acted in a way like with the intention to bring about the death of this other person. So we say, we throw our Latin words around, mens rea actus reus. Yeah. You must prove the mens rea and the actus reus. If not, the Constitution protects the person. You must prove the elements. If you say somebody has stolen an item, you must prove the elements of stealing. That the person has dishonorably or dishonestly appropriated a thing which does not belong to him. You get it? So there is the stealing of the thing. That is the appropriation of the thing. The appropriation was dishonest, and the appropriation was done with the intention to deprive the rightful owner of its beneficial interests. So you must prove all these elements. For every other crime, you must prove the elements. So you can catch somebody, you are very convinced in your spirit, and you are sure that the person, acted wrongly, and you will go and may not get a conviction because your charge sheet is not solid, because you did not put together a proper case to even establish a prima facie case. The person will be let go. And I don't think that is what we want. For you to be able to successfully prosecute people who have done actual wrong to the state, you must take your time, get all your facts, and draft a solid charge sheet. Make sure you have highlighted all the elements of that particular crime. Some of your cases can collapse because one element is not been proven properly.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And it collapses the entire case you have built. So I will urge Ghanaians to take their time. If indeed it is their intention for us to recover the loot that we have promised them that we will recover, they need to support us and have patience for us. This is how our legal system has been built. And I understand why it is built that way. It is also to safeguard, and protect individual rights. So they need to take their time for the Attorney General. He's proven so far, the Attorney General and his deputy, they have proven that they are doing what is important. And of course, as he is the Minister of Justice, it must also be known that what he's interested in is not only facts that will prosecute people. So he's doing a thorough investigation. He's also interested, and as the law mandates him to be interested in even exculpatory evidence.
Okay.
That is evidence that exonerates even the accused person. So he's not going out there to persecute people such that he just needs to take the evidence that has been presented to him by other investigative bodies just to go to court. He will also look at evidence that exculpates the people who have been, accused. And that takes time. If not, you go to court and you are surprised with other facts. And the person will be let go.
Okay.
And there are rules to some of these things. When the case is ongoing, the accused or prosecution lays all the facts and make their case to the end. They close their case. Defense is supposed to open their defense. And you realize that you did not even have solid, facts to support your case. Once you withdraw the case, so sometimes they withdraw to just come back. Once you withdraw the case, the rule is that you cannot bring the person back and prosecute the person on the same facts again.
Okay.
You will be letting a lot of people go just because you didn't do a thorough work or a good work. Dr. AYINE, as I've had the opportunity to work with him small, he's a perfectionist. He likes to do his things. He likes to be thorough. You get it? He likes to be thorough. And if you've listened to his deputy, Honorable Shamsai, in court, you will realize that he's very, very thorough. Before he comes to court to argue his points. When he comes and he stands there to speak, you know that he knows what he's talking about. Now, that is with the action bit.
Yeah.
We need to take our time to be sure that we are prosecuting the right people and for the right reasons. Now, secondly, the NDC is not like the NPP.
Okay.
Such as will be so vindictive. Yes, the NPP, while in power, they were very, very wicked to us and Ghanaians in general. But I do not think the interest of the Attorney General is to go on some persecution and be hounding people here and there, throwing them into jail just because we have the power. The reset is about setting the standards, raising the bar that was let down, and making sure that we have a system that will survive years to come. You understand? So it's not just about, yes, these are wicked people, let's throw them into jail and all of that. Because tomorrow, it might be you. And the law must be there to protect you and everybody else who goes before it. You understand? So for the sake of the future, it is important to do the right things. I hope I'm communicating.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the part about the the AG coming into the public with the facts and the investigations he has gathered and information he has gathered. Well, I've seen many people argue natural justice and say that, bringing these issues out in the media means that he has already turned himself into a judge and jury, executioner, prosecutor, and everything in one, and he's already
passing judgment,
passing
a verdict,
judgments,
and
verdicts on the people, and all of those things. I do not agree with these assertions. I feel like it's just a way of trying to manipulate or blackmail the Attorney General into keeping quiet over some of these things because of the kind of horrendous crimes that has been committed. And if they knew Honorable AYINE, they know that they would have known that he cannot be stampeded. You cannot stampede him. You cannot force him to do what is not right. You cannot force him to. He's a man of very strong moral, standard.
Okay.
Yes, and once he's convinced that he's doing the right thing, and of course he has the years of expertise and the experience and even the education and everything to know what is required of him in his role as Attorney General. So when we talk about natural justice, what is natural justice? Natural justice is saying broadly that we should do what is fair, reasonable, and equitable.
Okay.
In the narrow sense, it stands on two main things.
Okay.
In Latin, we call them the nemo judice in causa sua and odi alteram partem.
Okay.
Nemo judice in causa sua says that no person should be a judge in his own case.
Okay.
And so, if a matter comes before you and you have an interest in that matter, be it an equitable interest or a pecuniary interest or any other interest like familial interest, or you should not sit on the matter. You should recuse yourself, especially if you are the one giving a final binding decision on the matter.
Okay.
So here, if the managing director is to hear a misunderstanding between two people at the workplace, and the matter is such that even he has an interest in the matter. Maybe it is over some money issue. He has an interest in that money. If one person should win the matter, he should not be made to sit on the matter to decide who, the decision should be in favor of. Because then there's the real likelihood of bias or him being biased.
Okay.
That is one leg of natural justice.
Okay.
Simply,
you cannot be a judge in
your own case.
Okay.
The other leg, which they seek to rely on, is the odi alteram partem. That before you reach a decision, you must listen to both sides. Okay. So then, if the Attorney General comes to public with facts he has gathered to inform the citizens, then he has not listened to the side of the accused person before coming to public with the matter. I say this is disingenuous. Why? Because Article 88 of the Constitution gives the Attorney General prosecutorial powers. That is why in the cases you see Republic versus this person. What that means is that Attorney General is our lawyer. Attorney General is a lawyer for the state, for the government. Who is the government? Me, you, everybody, all Ghanaians. If Attorney General is prosecuting somebody on our behalf, should we not know what the details are? If you hired somebody as a lawyer and the person will proceed to court, so you've informed the person, oh, Adwoa, I want you to, this person did this to me, did that to me, did that to me. And now you've told me the facts. Me knowing the law, I am able to draft a pleading, or I do not have prosecutorial powers because I don't work at AG, but maybe in a civil procedure, I can draft a pleadings that we are taking to court. Should I not brief you and tell you that, okay,
this and this is why.
This and this and this is why we are going to court. Well, the person did this to you. What the person did to you amounts to maybe negligence, amounts to this. So we are going to court because of that. Is it not only right for me to inform you who I am representing in court? Will it be fair for me to go to court with you and you are just sitting there? The case is your case. It is not my case. You are paying me to prosecute, or you are paying me to represent you, not prosecute, represent you in court. Then I go and sit in court and then plead the case. You don't even know what I am pleading for. Meanwhile, it is your interest. That is at hand. So I am asking Ghanaians, as we have given the job to Dr. AYINE, we gave him the job because we elected His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and believed that he had the knowledge to appoint the right people for the right job.
Okay.
So by extension, we have given the job to Dr. AYINE to represent us, to be a state attorney for us. Now, if he comes out and tell his clients that this is what I have discovered and this is why we are going to court, how does it amount to him not listening to the other side? Because it is not his job to listen to the other side. His job is to investigate, apply the facts to the law he knows, and tell us that we have a case. So indeed, we are proceeding. You understand?
Okay.
Because he is our lawyer.
Okay.
And if I tell my lawyer to go and represent me, my lawyer cannot come and tell me that, well, I have investigated and we are going to court, but your opponent may be innocent. What kind of lawyer does that? If after his investigation, if he wasn't convinced in the spirit that the other person was guilty, he wouldn't need to come and inform his clients that we are going to court.
So you think that the strength of the case should be communicated to the Ghanaian?
Of course, because we have employed him. We are his clients. He needs to tell us. You understand that I have investigated. Applying the facts to the law, we have a case. And so I am going to proceed to go to court.
Okay.
Do you understand me?
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to proceed to go to court. Now, where your fair hearing would apply is in the law court. There is a judge there. The judge will sit there. You will have the opportunity to go and tell the part of your case. If I am a lawyer and I'm working on my client's case, okay, the opposing counsel or his clients cannot accuse me for not calling his client to listen to his clients before proceeding to court.
Okay.
I am representing my client. You understand? My client said this and that and that. I have written to you that my client is making these claims against you. You have responded. And after all the correspondence, I still think that I have a case. So we are going to court. How do you want me? So what do they want? That we invite the people to the press briefing to also come and defend themselves on social media? You can also organize a press briefing and tell Ghanaians.
Defend yourself.
Yes, the former Chief Justice did something similar. Did she not hold a press briefing to tell Ghanaians what was happening at the hearing, the hearing that led to her being removed as Chief Justice?
So you think that they should also feel free to organize their own press conference?
Press briefing, yes. And so far as the case is not a case that is being heard in court at the time, they say the case is sub judice, so it's in court at the time. So you will not, it's against the ethics of legal profession to discuss such matters in the media, especially if you are on the case. You understand?
Yeah.
The matter is not a matter that is ongoing in court. This is just a lawyer who wishes to inform his clients of what work he has done and for which reason he is proceeding to court, so that we know what he's using our money for, because there is budgetary allocation to AG's department.
Like he said, prosecutions are expensive. They require time and expertise. Anyway, well, I have to think.
So if we are putting taxpayers' monies there and he's informing the citizens that, well, the money you've given to me and the position you've given to me, this is what I'm doing. I think we have a case. Republic versus the NSA boss. Gifty Owari.
Yeah.
Republic versus Edubwahin. Now I am representing you people. I am taking it to court because I am doing the work you tasked me to do. I don't see anything wrong with it. Yes, but of course people will try to manipulate, the narratives, contrive it, and make it seem emotional. But there's nothing emotional about stealing state resources. In other jurisdictions, people are killed. In other jurisdictions, people are killed for taking state resources. Because when you take state resources and you buy luxurious mansions in prime areas, what you have done is not to just take money. You have taken people's future. You have stolen somebody's education. That is people's lives, somebody's health care. So diseases that could have been fought, monies that could have gone into research. You understand? You have taken it to buy brick and mortar, to buy, properties, for which how many of them can you sleep in? So stealing state resources, monies we have suffered to mobilize, people paying taxes, people go to work every day and they pay taxes. Hard taxes. And of course, the previous government was notorious for introducing very, unreasonable taxes. And the other time I met a friend from Kigali, and we were talking about governance and taxes, and then we talked about, there was one Kenyan, and they talked about how the Gen Zs rose and they rioted because of an introduction of a tax. And I told them that we paid COVID tax when COVID hit. They were shocked. They were shocked
when he said COVID.
Yes, COVID. They were like, no, that is why. Why are you paying tax for sickness? And I'm like, yes, and it was legislated.
Adwoa,
yes.
Please, let's run off. We have to leave
so when you take state resources, these are hard-earned monies that we are supposed to use to better the lives of people.
Okay.
And you steal the lives of people. People would die because we couldn't complete a hospital in some, suburb, or we couldn't equip some cheap compound, and death that could have been prevented would occur. People's children may die because at night they got sick and the hospital, they had to travel 2 hours or an hour to a hospital. Meanwhile, we could have equipped a hospital close to them. So it's high time we look at this in the broader perspective and understand what people do to us when they steal state resources, so that we meet them. You don't come to the media for sympathy. You don't come and try to manipulate us or emotionally manipulate us. It is a serious offense. And so I would encourage the Attorney General to continue. And this will also serve as a lesson for even those of us in office right now. We already know NPP, they are a group of very wicked people. And now these prosecutions that are going on, that sometimes we say power is transient. Even if it's NDC that is in power, you will not forever be in that seat that you are in. So let's all be guided. Do not touch state money. We've survived 8 years in opposition. We didn't die. We can do diligent work without stealing state money. And so just one day we avoid some of all this disgrace that comes along with, you occupying some office and taking advantage of the system. And I know sometimes foot soldiers will give you pressure. They give us all pressure. If you don't take care, you go and steal. But remember that once it is done and they are mentioning you, I'm sure they give to a warrior and they do hands and they've paid fees for people, they've supported people's lives, but today it is them.
They are the ones who are facing the music.
Yes, so I'll encourage all appointees to protect ourselves and safeguard ourselves for future.
Adwoa, thank you. Thank you. And thank you very much. This is the very first time she's speaking in a while. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Adwoa Agyampomaa Esq, and she is now also known as Adwoa Agyampomaa Ansong Esq, also known as Christine. Nice to have you. She's Deputy CEO, Ghana Digital Centers. And of course, we'll be talking about I don't know whether you understand. Are you under SIGA?
Yes.
Okay, so your bosses are here. They will join us shortly.
Oh, nice.
They will join us shortly. We'll talk about the state ownership report, where we'll be talking about the health in which state-owned enterprises are in. So shortly we'll tend to that. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.